to you, and I just want you to tell me what exactly you think you would go about this. This prompt will encourage you to consider your body and its surroundings in relation to your sight. Think about your positionality and how intersectionality impacts your relationship to your sight. And there's some definitions below that I'll read.
Okay.
How does your body impact the sight? How does your identity impact the sight? And how does your sight impact your body and identity?
Mm-hmm.
Make note of your emotional responses and what you are learning about yourself and society. So
Oh, jeez. Okay.
it's really heady and wordy, and there's a lot in there that I had to unpack it. But all
Yeah.
right, positionality refers to how differences in social position and power shape identities and access in society.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very okay. Anyways, intersectionality refers to particular forms and intersectioning op op oh wow, I can't operation
Hippopotamus.
hippopotamus, for example. Oppressions. Wow. Okay.
Wow. Really?
I know. I
Okay.
know.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Have you had your coffee today?
I only had one because I'm sick. So yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
totally
Gotcha.
it.
Gotcha. Okay.
For example, intersections of race and gender, of sexuality and nation, intersectional paradigms remind us of that oppression cannot be reduced to one fundamental type,
Mm-hmm.
that oppressions work together in producing injustice. Using your preferred method of making and by following the instructions below, you'll be giving a task to create a final piece incorporating the outcomes of blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
Instructions, it's basically saying, how does the site make you feel? What impact are you having on your site? What do you notice about your surroundings? Focus on an object of context, create a portrait, blah, 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 blah. So like that stuff's really heavy and it's very like social
Yeah,
awareness, like
it
which
is.
I used to do a lot of work in that,
Okay.
quite a bit, but so my site is a park.
Okay.
And so like going to the park, I feel like my my identity is sort of like nobody really knows like you're a park is like a neutral space in my mind,
Is it though? But like you are also a
right?
white. You're also a white person,
Yeah.
and so like
So
the
this
race
is
dynamic
really
immediately comes to my
playing
mind. Yeah.
on privilege and whiteness
Yeah.
and
But
being American.
when you think about identity, what is it that you think about? Because and I'm like, don't like forget what we just said. Like what?
No worries.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, the identity part, it's like I think it was just sort of, you know, like I said, going to the park is neutral probably because of the the type of upbringing that I've had of
Mm-hmm.
everyone goes to the park and it's safe. If I grew up in a different situation, that wouldn't have been the case. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you grew up, near Humboldt Park, for example, like that is not necessarily a safe place. At least not all the time. It wasn't.
Right. Right.
So, so yeah, identity. Maybe I'm just like lacking in introspection.
No,
Is
I
what this is
think I don't think
horrible.
you have to go that deep, you know? Like it's really just if you do it keep it simple again, like kiss
Yeah,
is a very key element in how we navigate our thoughts. And by we I mean you and I. Like I feel we can go super scatterbrained super fast and like just
yeah,
get drowned in our thoughts. So if you keep it simple, like your identity, what is it? Like you're a female, you're an artist, like very simply, you're
oh yeah,
you
like
know like
teacher,
what like
student,
okay
uh,
whatever like,
American in a European, whatever.
yeah exactly. So like those already are keys to going deeper, if you will. So it's like if you just go to the surface right away, it'll already
Yeah.
help you like open some doors and close other ones that you don't want to get into. For example, like maybe you don't have
Mm.
to go into power dynamics, but maybe you're 100% of the time going to be forced into it. You know what I mean? Like you, and that already is an answer to something,
Yeah.
to your interaction with the space or the site. But a park, yeah, it's intense. I did a similar exercise, uh, but we only had 15 minutes. and we were supposed to
Oh wow.
present something. Uh,
What?
yeah, like to a larger group, and it was like four groups of five, and we chose a seemingly public space, but it was we went to a thrift store basically and made a video of
Oh
us in the thrift store as if it was a ritual, and we thought about
yeah.
our positioning there and how that changed what other people. Basically, we posted this video on their Google Maps like videos that you can look up.
Yeah.
When you look up a space, and we kind of retook that as that private selling space as a public space.
Yeah.
We were there as customers, but in reality, we were just there to make it a piece of art. So
Right.
I mean, it just kind of snowballed into something very different than what we're supposed to do and what the site was in of itself. Like we were
Did
invading a
it
space.
change? Yeah, did it change like your perception of that space after doing it?
It just made us realize. It made us question whether or not it was a public space because it has a
Mm-hmm.
courtyard. It was a huge space. It's a huge like site. Like you go in, there's a
Yeah.
courtyard, and there's different places where you can go shopping for secondhand stuff. Um, but like, is it a public space if or not? If you can just walk into it. So like those questions came into mind. Like,
Mm,
uh, normally it should be, but then it's selling stuff, so it becomes private. And
right.
how do we
Yeah.
reappropriate that? So the question became that more whether or not it was a private space. We just kind of were like, well, let's make it into one. And then we put
Right.
all of that space in video online again. And so like then the online presence of it became a site in and of itself. So it's just like all this mindfuck. Uh,
Yeah.
anyway, uh, so if you keep it simple, like if you just go with one route, I think it can help you guide it or
Yeah, I
guide
think I need
your.
to kind of like simplify it and make it more specific or something in my head so
Mhm.
that it
And
doesn't turn into something.
why'd you choose a park?
Because I was already extracting things, taking things from the park. Like, so I was
Like
like,
twigs?
I'm already, yeah, like I found some like elder cones that I've been
Okay.
extracting dye from, which are really cool. And I thought, well, if I'm already if I'm already going there and I'm already making some work from it, like why make my life more difficult?
Yeah.
And I go there probably once a week anyways,
Okay.
just to like walk around and clear my head. But I went yesterday and I just kind of sat on a bench. It's really fucking cold, but and I was just like, I don't know. I think I was just like in a bad headspace, and I'm like, I don't fucking know my position right now. I'm cold. My butt is cold on a bench,
Yeah.
like, you know. But yeah, maybe just
But you can
exploring
also,
some of that.
I think you'd also explore the fact that you're here as a student in a faraway place, not being your home, and you're trying to find comfort in a park, period. Like,
Yeah,
I guess that can also be a positioning.
I guess. Yeah, no, that makes sense because the reason I maybe enjoy parks like that is because it kind of reminds me of spaces that are comfortable to
Yeah.
me.
And if you want to reel that back into your identity, it's because you are American and there's parts in the States. As simple as that is, like
You know,
that can mean
it
something.
seems so simple and kind of like when I'm like sitting there, I'm like, this is just not that interesting to me.
Yeah, okay.
That's why I don't want to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think maybe I'll just like I'm still gonna create work. I stole a stick with some like cool moss on it, so like like
Oh, but that's because you're a rebel and
so
you like to stick it
insinuating.
to the man and be like, "Yeah, fuck you,
Oh,
man-made park."
did you mean to say that?
No, but that's
Like, what
no pun
that?
intended. Yeah.
No stick and anyways.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the project I'm working on, but
Hmm.
maybe I'm uncomfortable with like sharing my identity. I just don't
That's
like it.
I was hoping you would say something like that because maybe it's just like the a topic that doesn't make you excited
Yeah,
because you're uncomfortable about it.
that's probably it. And I'm like,
Oh, that's
well,
interesting. But is it the space that's caused that or just the prompt? The
the
prompt,
prompts.
yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, I gotta go. I feel like I have to kind of go back to some of the stuff I was reading and doing in my undergrad. I was probably,
Hmm.
if this prompt was given to me in my undergrad, I would probably run with it a little bit more.
Okay.
Um,
Why are you scared?
maybe I have unlearned. I don't know if I'm like, I guess maybe it's really uncomfortable for me to like actually unveil a true, like who you are truly. Because of course, like, what people might just say.
And how does that make you
Isn't everyone afraid of
feel?
that? Oh God, therapist, get out of here.
Uh-huh.
I'm masking with humor. Did you notice? Well, it's got,
Hey, look, a
maybe I got
pretty
to get into the.
drawing.
No. Well, that's the thing. I'm like, oh, well, I don't want to talk about identity.
Hmm.
It's exploring about identity through making something.
Okay, but
And
time out. What
maybe
is the class and why? What is what? How? Where does this come from? Where does this come from?
this is it's like a unit in one of our seminar classes. It's not named any certain class, but it all has to do with just the site. And
Okay.
every week we get a different prompt.
On the one
So this
site
is
that you chose.
yes,
Okay.
and we have to stick the same site. And every week we produce work based on the prompt.
Okay.
And so next week it'll be something completely different from a different teacher,
Oh.
and
And it's
and they'll do
not tied to a specific material or a specific technique or
be
anything like this.
anything.
Fun. Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, maybe you really kind of hit it, is maybe looking at that identity piece where I want to avoid it at all costs, but
Yeah. Maybe talking about
that's why
avoidance. Maybe it's about avoidance in this case.
yeah.
You know?
Mm,
Maybe you work with magnets.
oh, interesting. Love that.
Yeah.
A magnet stick, stick
No,
of
but like,
magnets.
sometimes when you have magnets that don't stick, they push apart because they're the same polar, whatever.
Mm.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, what is that? Oh, the positive and negative
Yeah,
forces.
maybe like two positives don't connect. They push against each other and they will never
Oh,
come together unless they flip. Have you ever done that? You can feel
oh yeah.
so you can feel you feel like a force not letting you push them together. So that's why I said magnets,
Yeah.
not because they attract. Just totally not the obvious.
One's a picture of me, and the other thing just says identity, and I'm just like identity is chasing me, and I'm just. But
Just
it's a movie piece. Yeah, I'm like,
oh, that's great. You can also just make a video of you running and then like superimpose like your ID card behind you running after you.
right?
And then
Or
it
maybe it's
becomes
just
really
like the United
political.
States. Yeah, I know. Mm. Well, yeah, you've definitely given me some ideas, and
I don't know if I helped,
trying
but
to
what?
keep it nice. Magnets are fun, but yeah, I was just gonna start documenting some stuff from it, and then
Okay.
continue to avoid identity, but maybe
I would invite you to lean in, okay?
lean in to
Lean
the
into those,
discomfort.
yes, and see where it goes. Do you want me to read you something from these cards that I
Yes.
have that are called you're kind of in a rut, right? Like you're kind of stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Can we say that? I don't know. I'm putting words in your mouth.
No, it's totally fine.
These are like the tarot cards of artists. They're called oblique strategies,
Oh my God, I love that.
right? Right.
Stop.
So the idea here, this is who is the person who put these together? I should know their name. Well, I'll put it in the link. I'll put it in the description later.
Yeah.
And basically, it's a deck of black cards. I think it's a
Oh.
musician that put these together, and they're supposed to help you unblock a block and get out of
Oh.
some sort of like writer's block or music block or artistic block. So what you do is you just pick a random card from the deck without looking. I'm gonna pick the one in the middle that I took from the top because I cut it, and read what it says. Right. So it says that.
Oh, I can't see it because your hand wasn't behind it.
Oh, right, right, right.
Oh, there it is. Is there? Oh, I can't read it. It's
Is
too
there
blurry.
something missing?
I mean,
And that's supposed to like kind of like help you think
hmm.
about it in a different way. So that'll be your prompt. And I'll leave you with that.
All right.
Is there
Well,
is
I'm
there
gonna.
something missing? Voila.
You know what? This is really good. You know what? I need you to keep me accountable on my identity crisis. It's not a crisis. Identity exploration.
Great. How can I do that?
Well, the next time we'll talk about it.
Okay.
I'll have some answers.
When is this project due, or when are you? When? How does this work? Is it like every week?
I
Or...
have to submit something to them
in
next
an
Monday.
hour?
I know, right? I was like, so let's get it together.
Next Monday.
I've got some time.
Um.
Oh,
How
it's so pretty.
how about you send it to me as well, like the same day?
Oh yeah. Okay, I will. Good idea. Well, since I'm sick, I'm not going anywhere. I'll just meld on some things and start doing something.
Okay. Yeah. You should like Google Earth the park and see if that helps.
Yeah. It's too cold to go there again.
That's why I
So
said
yeah.
Google Earth the park.
I Hello,
Do
you
you...
idiot.
Oh yeah, you're a boomer. I forget you don't know what these things are.
Is that Google?
Google. Oh my
Google?
god! Oh my, can I show you a video? Oh my god! You just reminded me of something. I have to show you. You're gonna love it. But this is basically you asking me what Google is.
Oh,
I want to see your reaction to it.
okay. Okay, I'm clicking on the link.
Okay.
G G O O O O G G L E E Gulu gulu.
It's so good.
Oh no!
Glue!
But like,
Yeah, I feel
you
like
have.
that.
O O O G G L E E Gulu gulu.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
so
That's
good.
terrible. That's terrible. All right. I have to go. I need to make food. I'm starving.
Okay,
But
go do your
Monday.
thing. Thanks for yeah.
Thanks for the.
We'll send.
Thanks for the thing.
Thanks for the thing.